Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 10, season 13, ERC Managers, and a lovely, lovely day here in Monza in Italy. Looking forward to tonight. Only 13 on the grid, but I'm sure it'll be an entertaining race. Excuse me for hiccuping. Just bear with me while I'm just putting the Twitch link up on the ERC Discord. There we go. We've already got a car out on the track. Right, what's happening here? There we go. Mad rush today. Been really busy in the garden, and then obviously visiting the in-laws and my own parents. There's a Mercedes. I'm sure that's a Mercedes out on track. Yeah, only 12 out on the track. That's a Mercedes definitely in front. That's a Sticker Boy. Who was in the Discord earlier. He said he's going to get a podium tonight. I hope he does. Sitting mid-table in the championship, which I'll run through in a moment. But I'm just going to go on to Discord just to confirm what we are doing tonight regarding qualifying and what have you. I'm thinking it should be short quali. Never even looked at I on the DIFA. Right, Stuka Boy out on his fast lap, going into the first chicane at turn 1 and 2. I mean, I don't do much driving, racing. I'm more on comms. I'm getting into me racing a little bit, but pretty scary that is. I would say 20 cars hurtling down there into that tight right-hander, turn 1. Stuka Boy there loses back end, lovely control low. Going down this short DRS straight into Ascari, which is turns 8, 9 and 10 under the bridge, as you can see, to do with a bit of paint. Alright, that view, the view, needs some paint on it. Right, Stuka Boy coming down the straight into Parabolica, which is turn 12. Actually, it's turn 11. And here he comes now. He's going to set the standard, and it's a 1:24.595 for Stuka Boy. There's a Sauber, and that will be King, who's invalidated. Now there's a Red Bull of some description, and it's XRT inside in the Cash App Racing Bull. Bombing it down into Ascari now. Kenny's Ghost following him. A nice line through there from XRT, and it's going to be a 1:21.7. Cracking lap there from XRT inside. Here's Kenny's Ghost with a 1:25.63. Even betterer. PDMB on the outlap, just starting his fast lap. And then there's a McLaren, and that is EXO, Mr. Slow. And he goes provisional pole on a 1:19.742 for the McLaren. Little Mick, fresh from his F2 exploits last night. 1:22.2 for Little Mick, P4. Smuggett has retired from the session. Stuka Boy 3 seconds up on his first lap time. This is going to be a good one. P3, 1:28.53, P3 for Stuka Boy on his second run on them soft tyres. Nice lap there from Stuka Boy. Now then, will King succeed with a lap to count? Yes, he will, but it's not King's fastest. It's a 1:27.8 P6. XRT inside on his in lap, and then teammate. Well, it isn't teammate, it's PDMB coming around the final corner. 1:19.6 P1 for PDMB. We've got a Haas. And that was, I don't know. I don't know who it was. Well, it was Jelly. It must have been validated, or it was on there. Not that. Little Mick then, 5 cents up on his last time, 1:21.603. A quicker P5 for Little Mick in the Alpine. Stuka Boy will be on an in lap because he's 5 seconds down on his fastest time. Scar there in the Haas on an out lap. Soon be on his fast lap. Then we've got Sauber. That will be King. He's invalidated. We've got the other Haas, which is Jelly. Actually, on a fast lap is Jelly. Around then Scary, and then belting down here towards Parabolica, turn 11. Into Parabolica and out. Nice line for the Haas, and it's a 1:21.4. That's P5 for Jelly. PDMB going in the pits. We've got Little Mick around the Parabolica, and 1:21.603 is his quickest. That's nowhere near his quickest. 1:22.9. Scar then invalidates just as we go on to him. He goes wide at Ascari, and that's that lap invalidated. We've got a Sauber of King next. 1:27.884 he needs to beat, and as you notice, he is on the medium tyres. Scrubbing them in for the race, and this is a better time for King. It's a 1:21.018 P5 for the Sauber. XRT inside has invalidated, and we've got the Haas of Jelly, who's on an in lap, who's invalidated. Waldo in the Williams on an out lap. Little Mick, I don't know if he's on a fast one. No, I don't think he is. He's down on his time anyway. Is Scar on the run? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Nope. XRT inside, 7/10 up on his fastest time. Currently in P8 is XRT inside as the Sauber moves over to one side. Not much room there between the two. Down into the Parabolica for inside. 1:21.7 is his fastest time up yet. And it's a one. Oh, he's going in pits. King is there as well, but he'll be going into pits as well. Waldo then, currently second in the Drivers' Championship. 8 points adrift of the championship leader, which is EXO. 1:25.7 for Waldo. We can go a lot quicker than that, can our Waldo? Little Mick, 128.23 is his fastest. Got Jelly. Oh, that Scar actually was invalidating. Was that 3 seconds up? A bit frustrated with Phil on that score. Jelly on and out that. Waldo, is this his second run? Yes, it is. Round turn 7, and this straight with DRS into Ascari underneath that rotten bridge. Purple sector 2 as Waldo. Caught the curve a little bit. Don't think. Ooh, he was close then. Very close to being ruled a bad lap. Invalidation, should I say. Right. 125 is his quickest time up yet, and he's going to beat that by a country mile, and it's P4, a 120.715 for Waldo. Little Mick, 128.23, and he's going in the pits. XRT inside on and out lap, and we've got McLaren of Roman yet to set a time. Smuggett, like I say, has retired from the session. So Roman on an out lap. Then we've got the Haas of Jelly, 3/10 up on his P8 time, 121.4. From Parabolica. Nice line from Jelly, cuts in, and it is a P3, 120.522 for Jelly. A lot better lap there from the Haas man. Sauber coming through, King on an out lap, starting his fast lap now. Waldo going into the pits. Currently P5 is Waldo. He's got time to come out again. The XRT inside is invalidated and was 4/10 up on his time. Stuka Boy on and out lap, and then I think this is McLaren of Roman. Yeah, so we'll go on board with Roman. It's a DRS straight before the Ascari. Flap opens and McLaren is at full chat. 206, 207, 208, 210 miles per hour there for the McLaren. Keeps it well inside the white line, down into Parabolica. PDMB has retired from the session with a 119.6 P1. PDMB in the Red Bull. We missed that actually. Sorry, PDMB. Right, for 120.6 for Roman. P5. Nice lap there from the McLaren. Haas coming through of Jelly. Going in the pits. King Sauber 120.479 P3. Nice lap there from King. A little bit of a gap now to Stuka Boy, who's just coming around. Little Scary turns 4 and 5. This is turn 6. And then turn 7 into the DRS straight before Scary turns 8, 9 and 10. Oh, and it's 2 seconds down. So we'll pull away from Stuka Boy. But McLaren, that's Roman, is just under a second slower now. Then will he pull some time back? Don't know. Coming into Parabolica, turn 11. A bit of a sniffle. And he's going in pits. Waldo on an out lap with the Mercedes of Actually, it's a Williams. It's a. Hang on. Sauber of King. Slowed right down. We're back on to Waldo then. On an outlet. It's certainly going for it. XRT inside. On an outlet. And then Mercedes behind him. Who is that? Stukaboy. Stukaboy is actually on a fast lap. Ooh, what's going on with them pair? I don't know if Inside was aware Stukaboy was there. Oh, there are these two playing about. Stukaboy's going in the pits. I don't think he's happy. There's Kenny's Ghost on an outlap. Little Mick on a fast lap now. There's Waldo 2 seconds down. Whether he's burning a bit of fuel off on that lap, I don't know. But it was a minute left. Wasn't sure if it's short quali or not. Exo on and out. So his car is going to get a bit hectic now because everybody's on outlaps. Little Mix, half a second up. This could put him around P3. If he keeps this up, he's purple sector 2 as well. Little Mick in the Alpine. Through a bit of a rough stage in real life, the Alpines. Lots going on there. Going into final straight, and it's a 1:20.2. Yes, P3 for Little Mick. Kenny's Ghost 2 seconds faster as only cars out on track. Now Waldo 6,000 for second up. We moved from P8. He's gone up to P4. Half a second quicker, near enough, 4/10. We've got McLaren then of Exo, currently 3/10 up on his P2 time. This could put Mr. Slow on pole. And it does, 1:19.571 for the McLaren of Exo, followed by the Haas of Scar in P3, knocked 3 seconds off his fastest time, 1:19.993 for Scar. Mercedes of Stukaboy down there in P10. I don't know whether it is inside, 8/10 up, and it's P10. 1:28.24. 5 Kenny's Ghost, half a second up. 1:20.201. P4 for Kenny's Ghost as it is. Got 2 cars coming through now. One's the Haas, they're both going in the pits. That's Jelly and Waldo. There's Waldo now. Oh. And don't know what happened there. Sip says he got sick here. I don't know whether that's right or not. But yeah, it does look like it is a short quali. So your pole is Mr. Exo in the McLaren with a 1:19.571. And PDMB will be alongside him on the front row with Scar and Kenny's Ghost on row 2. Little Mick and Waldo row 3. King and Jelly Road 4, Roman XRT inside Road 5, and then Stuka Boy and Snugget on row 6. So we will have a few minutes and then we'll be out and up and running. Just have a look, see what time we're starting. Just bear with me, I'll just go on Discord and see what time we will be starting. Yeah, thanks Waldo, mate. I should have looked in here first, shouldn't I? But thanks for telling me. It was short quality. BDMB looks as if he's confident. We're starting at 20:27, which is 27 minutes past 8. We've got 5 minutes to spare, and I'll just go through your championships for you and your runners and riders for tonight. In the McLaren, we have current championship leader EXO along with Roman, and McLarens are also topping the charts. In the constructors, Kenny Ghost is a solo driver in the Ferraris, and Smugget and PDMB are in the Red Bulls. We've got Stuka Boy and Mercedes. Alpine have got Little Mick. No drivers in the Aston Martin tonight, so they could be dropping from 6th in the... No, 7th actually. 7th. Could be dropping a few places if the Alpine and the Red Bulls get a good result tonight. Haas have got Scar and Jelly, and XIT inside is the lone driver in the Racing Bulls, currently P5 in the constructors. Waldo in the Williams. Williams are 4th in the constructors, and Sauber's King currently at the bottom of the constructors championship, but a cracking result last week from King and Iconic. They really closed the gap on the Red Bulls ahead of them. Well, the Red Bulls got 2 drivers tonight, could actually extend that lead again. So constructors, McLaren on 318, 32 points behind in the Mercedes. Then we've got Ferrari on 285, just a point behind Mercedes, and then 9 points behind Ferrari are the Williams. With Waldo alone tonight. Racing Bulls on 138, Haas 130, Aston Martin's 128, Alpine's 116, Red Bulls 103, and the Saubers on 90. Your Drivers' Championship is led by EXO on 223 points, and 8 points adrift is Waldo. And these two are 26 points ahead of Bushpig in P3. Captain Morgan is in P4 on 152 with Master Bear on 119. Jelly's on 112. Kenny's Ghost 111. Just a point between them two. Then we've got Shaggy, who's not here tonight, on 99. Stuka Boy on 97. Roman 95. PDMB on 91. XRT inside 83. MK7 Hitch is on 71. Liam Hardman on 69. King 67, Bird 66, and Scar on 53. Are you top 15? Actually, top 17. So this Monza Grand Prix has been held 94 times since it joined the F1 calendar in 1921. Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton have 5 wins each. Ferraris have 21. The constructors, each lap is 5.793 kilometres or 3.6 miles. And 100% race, 53 laps, is 309.720 kilometres or 190.596 miles. So let's make us get ourselves comfortable, and the race will be shortly with us. I'm getting myself really comfortable. If I do go quiet and fall asleep, give me a shout, but I'm sure I won't, because the excitement will keep me awake. See, Master Bear's watching. Why aren't you racing, Master Bear? Please tell. I know a lot of people are fed up with F1 24 at the moment. It's throwing a lot of spanners in the works. And it won't be long now till F125 comes on the market and is released, eagerly awaited, with some added extras this year. One of the common knowledge things is reverse tracks. I think it's Silverstone, Austria, and it might be Monza. I can't remember, but I know there is some reserve tracks. Let's just have a look, see what's going on in Discord. We should be starting very soon. Yeah, it's 2027 right now, so the cars should be entering the track now, ready for formation lap. I'll just wipe my glasses because I'm not seeing too good. Here we go. Our cars are on the track for the formation lap, and the pole sitter EXO will lead them out on said formation lap. Swerving from side to side, warming them tyres. I think one to watch tonight will be PDMB. Said he has been doing a fair bit of practice, which is nice to hear. Ooh. A little bit of a mixture of tyres as we focus on EXO. He is in P1 pole position in the McLaren, and alongside him is PDMB in the Red Bull, both on the hard option tyres. Scar in P3 on row 2 is on the mediums, along with Kenny's Ghost in P4, who will be sitting alongside Scar on row 2. Little Mick in the Alpine is on the hard tyres, and joining in on row 3 in P6 is Waldo, find Waldo, on the mediums. The Sauber of King is in P7, also on the mediums. You see the Sauber, the lime green livery here coming on Parabolica, and then we've got Jelly on row 4 alongside King in the Haas with mediums. Then we've got Roman in the championship leading constructors, McLaren on medium, XRT inside also on mediums on row 5, and Stuka Boy and Smugget. Stuka Boy on hards, Smugget on the mediums. So we'll go on board with PDMB looking at the back of the McLaren. Let's have a look, see who will get this all important. Oh, what a start from PDMB. He said he'd been practicing, and there you go, that's PDMB up to P1 on board with EXO, following the Red Bull along, and here comes the Ferrari. That's to lift. Oh, where's Kenny's Ghost going? That was all sorts going on there. Scar is up to P3, gets past Kenny's Ghost in the Ferrari, but EXO has pulled away from PDMB. We missed that one. Here comes Waldo on board with Waldo on the outside of Scar, coming into turn 4. A little Cascari, a little bit of contact between Waldo and Scar, but nothing too much to be troubled about. Smugget already up to P8, but drops down to P9, and actually he's gone back to P12 as Stupid Boy and Roman passing, but on board with EXO. Normal camera angle as he goes under the bridge on the straight P4 Cascari. So 27 laps ahead of us. Soon be finished tonight. But EXO's got a fantastic lead, 1.7 seconds already. Don't know what happened to PDMB though. We were mid-pack, didn't see quite what had happened. But we'll go on board with Scar, who's hunting down the Red Bull. And that is Scar in the Haas up to P2. Smugget has got a 10-second penalty already for speeding in the pit lane. That was in the pits due to a little bit of scuffle. PDMB in P3, and Waldo settles in P4, and then Ferrari's Kenny's Ghost P5. A bit of a gap then to Jelly and King side by side coming around turn number 3 into turn 4, 5 and 6, which is a little scary. Side by side looking down, a little bit of contact between Jelly and King and XRT inside. So we've got a 6-car battle here, headed at the moment by King with Jelly inside, Little Mix side by side, Jelly and inside, lovely to watch. Little Mix there, Snooker Boy and Roman. Smuggy has put the soft tyres on, hoping to bridge that gap. Not having much luck, just like we are Smuggy, not much luck at all. So King leading this gaggle of 5 cars, 6 cars. Snooker Boy on the outside in the Mercedes takes the Alpine of Little Mick. It will just jump on as EXO crosses line with 1:22.366. Let's go jump on with PDMB chasing down the Haas. Don't think he's going to be close before a move. Nope, neither is Waldo, Kenny and King. Jelly excellent inside and Snooker Boy side by side going into turn 1. Little Mick and Roman looking at the back of Little Mick's Alpine, then Smuggy going down the parabolic, and he has got some speed on here. Let's keep on board with Smuggy. I'm going to record what speed is actually going. Just touching 195 miles an hour, but on board with EXO. Coming down on the bridge into Ascari for the 3rd time. He's got a nice little lead as EXO currently leading the championships by 8 points from Waldo. Waldo currently P4 behind PDMB's Red Bull. And we saw Scar give a little bit of wobble there to PDMB. Oh, EXO leads from Scar in P2. And we'll jump on board with PDMB because with DRS he should make mincemeat out of the Haas. And that he does. 204 miles an hour for PDMB on board with the Scar, looking at the back of the Red Bull. We've got Waldo and Snooker Boy and Jelly drop down, and it's Little Mick who made a few overtakes there. Snooker Boy in P10 with Roman. Smuggy slowly but surely catching up. EXO into the small Ascari, turn number 4 and 5 into turn 6. Let's have a look at your normal camera angle. 2 seconds adrift is PDMB with Scar and Waldo. Waldo could do with bridging this gap a little bit. Kenny's Ghost also in the action. So Waldo could do with bridging this gap on the McLaren. Here comes Scar on PDMB underneath the bridge into Ascari. That's the Haas up to P2. 4.5 second gap to King in P6. Snooker Boy's just gone up to P9. Getting past Jelly. We'll just jump on. We went a little bit wide there, but we'll jump on with the leaders coming into the start finish straight. And Scar giving a little bit of wobble to PDMB. We'll jump on board PDMB, see if he is close enough for the move on the Haas. No, he isn't. Waldo and Kenny's Ghost. King inside, a Little Mick with Snooker Boy, Roman, Jelly and Smuggy. He is catching. 1.8 is the gap between EXO and Scar in P2. Two medium-sized battles going on. First one is for P2 with Scar, PDMB, Waldo, Kenny, and then we've got King, XRT inside, Little Mix, Snooker Boy, Roman and Jelly. Oh dear! In the other little mini battle, Scar holding on to P2 round Ascari for the 5th time. Kenny's Ghost losing a little bit of time, but here's V5. DDMB. Will he be close enough to Scar for a move this time? I don't think he is. Although near enough to set the drift in P4. Kenny's Ghost bunting down the Williams. King leads this a little battle. That's out the inside a little bit. And here comes Snooker Boy on the inside. I think PDMB's had a little bit of trouble. Dropped to P5. And lost ground on the leading 4. And there's a yellow flag, and that's inside. What's happened to inside? There's inside at the turn 3. And that's the safety car. XRT inside is out. Unfortunate for XRT. Don't know what happened there, but he's come to grief at turn 3. This will congregate all the cars together, much to the annoyance of EXO. Smug it back in the pits. He's put a fresh set of mediums on, and this is his chance now to regain position with the pack. Don't know what happened to Smug on lap 1, but he'll go past the safety car and safely on his way to catch up the pack. He's got a lap to catch. But EXO is on medium. Scar staying out. No, he isn't. Star's gone in. Snooker Boy stays out on 6 lap over hards. He's got position. EXO's put medium. Scar's put hards. King has put mediums on. PDMB's on mediums. Waldo's on hards. Kenny's on hards. Roman's on hards. Little Mick's gone on to mediums. Jelly's on the hards. And Smugget, as we saw just, is on mediums. Let's have a look at movements. Up 10 is Snooker Boy. Down 1 is EXO, Scar and Kenny as they were. Fine Waldo up 1, down 4, PDMB, King as he was. Roman's up 1, Little Mix down 4, Jelly's down 2, and Smugget is up 1. Just 1 penalty, and that was Smugget, but he served it, so back on a level playing field with everybody else. Just needs to catch up to the rest of the pack now, which he's doing quite convincingly, down to 30 seconds. Snooker Boy in Mercedes will control the race restart, but as I say, we're going to have to wait for Smugget. Through the Discord to see what gossip we can tell you. Nothing much, just start inside with wow. We'll get not far off the back of the pack now. Safety car is in. We'll go on board with Stuka Boy. Hang on, where's me switch gone? There you go. And he's gone. Stuka Boy. McLaren of Exo though, not far behind. There you go, on board with Exo as he passes Stuka Boy. Also passes Stuka Boy. Oh no. Yeah. Ooh, bit of contact there with Scar and the race leader, but Scar cracking entry from turn 2. That's him up into P2, Stuka Boy P3, then Kenny's goes, fine wall with PDMB, King a little bit snug on the outside of the Alpine, only making 4 smaller Scar, he's going for it, is Smug getting the Red Bull, and that's him into P8, a little bit down to P9 with Jelly, as Waldo has got past Kenny's goals, Waldo up to P4, needs now to catch Exo if he can. PDMB gets past Kenny's Ghost, as does King, and I think Smugget's going to get past as well. No, it isn't. Sir King has been retaken by Kenny's Ghost. We'll give him P8, Little Mick P9, Jelly P10, and then Roman in P11. Waldo on the move past Stuka Boy into P3 as we go around the parabolica, and now he's on. Scartrix is in his sights. His DRS is enabled again, and we'll just move on to tyres. Says Stuka Boy having a look. Let's have a look further down. We've got the Red Bull off Kenny's Ghost. Smugget P8 has been pushed out by the Sauber of King, and then we've got Little Mick pushing the Red Bull along, and then Ask Jelly Roman in P11, but not that far adrift. Scar though, not letting Exo go, sticking with the McLaren is Scar and the Haas, with Waldo also needed to make the move as soon as possible. He needed to get some of them 8 points back that he's trailing Exo to in the Drivers' Championship. 10 laps gone. Over a third of the race gone, and it's Exo leading Scar from Waldo in P3, Stuka Boy in P4, PDMB P5 with Kenny Ghost P6, King, Smugget, Little Mick, Jelly and Roman P11. All cars there in the same camera shot as Exo goes underneath the camera in parabolica on the outside with Scar chasing. DRS has been enabled. Scar with the fastest lap, we'll go on board with Scar. I don't think he's close enough to the McLaren. He's definitely caught up, so as Waldo. And we have Stuka Boy, PDMB, Kenny's Ghost and King having passed the Red Bull of Smugget. Bit of tyre banging there from the pair of them, but Smugget gets away, and that's it. Smugget up to P7, very thankful for that safety car. Here's the Red Bull here, King. We'll go on and have a look from the Scar, looking down at the 2 of them side by side. Ooh dear. And Little Mick takes his chance, and Little Mick is up to P8. Jelly's also passing. King has dropped to P10, having been on the grass. Roman seeing that how it was a mistake from the Sauber, and sees a chance to pull a bit of a gap back. But Exo is your leader. Look at Scar now pulling back that gap, and I'm sure he will be close enough on that start finish straight with the use of DRS to pass that McLaren and take the lead away from Exo. Waldo also needs to get past Exo as soon as possible as well. We'll go on board with Scar. Now then, is he close enough? He's actually catching But is he close enough? Well, I don't think he is. Waldo definitely catching to the back of Scar. And we'll go on to Stuka Boy with Red Bull, the PDMB, Kenny's Ghost and the Ferrari. We've got a Haas of Jelly, Little Mix, Smug it down to P9 with Sauber's King and Roman still not out of it. But Exo is still leading from Scar and Waldo, and these three pulled away 2 seconds from Stupid Boy, PDMB and Kenny's Ghost, and they have pulled 2 seconds on Jelly, Little Mick, Smug it, King and Roman. But as you can see, Mr. Exo enjoying himself out in front with the Haas and the Williams trailing. But Exo does purple sector 2. Little Mick has got past Jelly. The Red Bull of Smugget having a lovely look on the inside of the Haas. Will he take advantage? We'll find out in a short while when we're going to start finish straight. But Exo under pressure now from the Haas of Scar. We'll go on board with the Haas, visually a lot closer than he was on the previous lap. Waldo shoots past the Haas. Will he get the McLaren? Yeah, that's Waldo from P3 into a first position. And that's where he needs to be, and he needs to be ahead of Exo. He needs to claw that gap on Exo at the top of the championship, and that is Waldo. And he's gone, he's half a second ahead of Exo with Scar in P3. PDMB, 2 seconds adrift with Stupid Boy, and a little bit of a gap to Kenny and King. Whoa, look at these now, King, Jelly, Smugget and Little Mick all battling. Smugget leads, no he doesn't, King leads, Smugget's in P8 with Smug, oh he's down, Smugget's down to P10 now. Ooh, I can't keep up with this. Jelly following King with Little Mick, Smugget and Roman. Roman has got past Smugget, Smugget is demoted now to P11. Wow, all changed there in the matter of a couple of corners. Little Mick and Jelly, Little Mick's got past the Haas on his quest to get to King now, but Waldo leading from the McLaren of Exo. Well then Exo should be close enough for the move on the Williams with the DRS, and if Scar can emulate what Waldo did on the previous lap, then it's on board with Exo. Is he close enough though? DRS kicks in, but Waldo's gone. Waldo into turn 1. Exo, Scar, Little Mick has passed King up to P7 for Little Mick. King demoted to P8 with Jelly, Roman and Smugget in P11. PDMB 2.5 seconds adrift of the leading 3 with Stuka Boy. And Kenny's Ghost just a little bit behind. Some class racing here tonight. Lap 14, 50% of the race gone. Little Mick leading King, Jelly, Roman and Smugget. And we'll go on to your leaders. Waldo leads from Exo and Scar. 2.5 seconds of gap between P3 Scar and PDMB in P4. Hurtling down towards Parabolic, it's Waldo from Exo and Scar. Now then, we'll go on board with Exo. Scar and Exo. We're on the outside of the Williams, but not close enough for the move, neither is Scar. Sorry, but I'm yawning my head off here. Oh! Stiffening up. On board with Scar. Going to small parabol Ascari. Down on small Ascari now. Stupid Boy, Kenny and a Little Mick. Stupid Boy there, Kenny. Little Mick leading the Sauber of King and the Haas of Jelly. Roman and Smugget still in close contention. Waldo leads down into Scary then from Exo. And Scar. Now, what's your battery power like, boys? Waldo's using his in the 80s, 70s for Exo, 70s for Scar. Here comes Exo on the inside of Waldo. Waldo keeps hold of that lead position, coming in to the start finish straight for 16th time. Now then, is Exo close enough? Waldo moves over to one side, but Waldo has the upper hand. Now then, Scar on the inside of the McLaren of Exo. That Scar up to P2, is it? Who's going to get the better exit? The Haas that pulls away from McLaren. And Exo is demoted to P3. Superboy ahead of PDMB. And then we've got Kenny's Ghost, Little Mick, King, Jelly, Roman. Lovely shot there of the cars coming around turn 3 into turn 4 and 5. Small Scary, heavy braking into that left-hander and a short right-hander, and away they go on to turn 6 and 7. Back up to your leaders, Waldo from Scar and Exo. So I'm going to come on the inside of the Haas, and the Haas is having a look on the inside of the Williams. Here comes the Superboy and PDMB, but go on board with Exo, looking at the back on the Haas of Scar and Waldo Williams. No movement made with these. Here comes PDMB, 208 mile an hour for the Red Bull. Superboy cups in behind, but is in P5. Then goes Little Mick, Jelly, King, Roman, Smugget, ever closer for the Red Bull. With the squirm coming out, and the skies a little bit overcast getting here at Monza on lap 17 of 27. Waldo from Scar and Exo. Down the DRS straight into a Scary underneath the bridge. So, as you can see, all the cars on that particular section of the track on that straight coming into a Scary. Well, not much really between the guys racing this evening. There you go. If you can see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars all in the same camera shot, looking from the parabolica back to the Scary. King has passed Jelly. Wow, some speeds. Let's go on board with the top 3 then. Here comes the Haas of Scar on Waldo, side by side, going around turn 2. Waldo holds on from Scar and Exo. Superboy, PDMB, Kenny's Ghost, Little Mick, King, Jelly coming into turn 1. Whoa, the Red Bull, who's on? No, Jelly and Smugget. Oh, wow, just caught that in time, didn't we? Wow. King also has got a penalty for a collision with Smugget. Now then, was that a bit of afters? Don't know. That certainly shook up that battle for P7, and it is raining. It is raining. Now then, this is going to put the cats amongst the pigeons, isn't it? The Jelly, King and Smugget all picked up penalties on that turn 1. Now then, what have we got? Forecast. Oh, the Haas guy ran a little bit wide there. So Waldo in the ideal position. He wants to gain some points on the McLaren, and McLaren dropped behind the Haas on board as the Haas comes around into lead at Scar. Waldo goes on the outside, looking for that outside line. Now then, he has got a better exit. It's Scar with the lead from Waldo and Exo. PDMB and Stuka Boy swap position. That's PDMB up to P4. Stuka Boy P5. Kenny goes to P6. Little Mick P7 all on his little lonesome. So is Jelly and Roman King has carried on going, but Smugget has gone in the pits. He's putting the inters on, serving his 10 seconds as well. Let's Smugget on the inters. Gamble taken. I don't blame him. Scar leads from Waldo and Exo. So having a look at the Williams. Certainly had some instance this race. Scar, Waldo and Exo carry on to lap 20. So tucks in P3. Have a look at your battle for P4 now. Kenny is close the gap up on PDMB and Stuka Boy, and Little Mick is also in on the action as well. Just a second, I know you've got half a drift. Jelly, Roman, King, and Smugget with the inters. And I don't blame him. Don't blame him. Gamble. Don't get anywhere without a gamble. Scar then leads him down into the Scary underneath the bridge. Scar, Rollo and Exo. And you've got Stuka Boy, PDMB, Kenny's Ghost and Little Mick. Jelly, Roman King and Smugget looking down as the leaders go around Parabolica. It's Scar with a nice little lead. We've on board with Exo looking at the back of Waldo. I don't think Waldo's close enough for a move. He's having a look, he's going to have a go. Side better of it, and the leading three slow into turn 1 on lap 21. Stuka Boy and PDMB. PDMB look quite close enough. Here comes Kenny Ghost. Ooh, Kenny came in like a bat out of hell and he's been disqualified. Oh. Oh dear, poor Kenny. Unfortunate for Kenny's Ghost in the Ferrari. But we'll go back on board with the leaders. Kenny disqualified. The mind boggles. Still coming down quite steadily now. As you can see on the visor of Exo in P3, following the Williams of Lolo and the Haas of Scar. Waldo's close enough for a move on the Haas. He's going for it. He's going for it. He has to really stand on the brakes, but he did well there, did Waldo, to control that Williams. And that's Waldo back in front of Scar and the Haas. Exo in third. Stuka Boy leads Little Mick now as PDMB's dropped to the second. I think PDMB is struggling with the conditions. Or he's had an off somewhere. Jelly's in P7 with Roman King. Roman on the hards, King on the mediums, and Smugget on the inters. And that gap isn't coming down or going away. So on board with the Williams of Waldo. Scar's Haas in P2, and that's so looking at Scar's Haas. Got itchy ears, hang on. EXO following the Haas. Waldo tried to throw a Joey on Scar then. Scar too wise on that one. Going for it. 215 mile an hour for the Haas. Here comes Superboy and a little Mick. Scar's got past Waldo. Superboy and little Mick with PDMB. Really catching up to the Red Bull on PDMB. Roman's 4.5 seconds with King and Smugger. The tyres should start working this lap or the next. It's getting a little bit oopity doopity for the slick tyres. Still getting. I think we'll have a look at the Haas. Oh, right, we're going to have a look at Stuka Boy's split. It's 2 seconds down, so these slicks are finding it a little bit rough now. On board with Waldo. What will Scar do? Scar stays out. I can't see who's going. Guys going in now. 24 of 27 laps. Is anybody close enough for the move? Waldo? No. No Rexo? No. Stuka Boy and Little Mick. Little Mick is slightly closer than he was on the previous lap. Jelly's got past PDMB as PDMB goes in the pits. Jelly in P6. I think PDMB suffering with the conditions, as I said earlier. King's put the softs on. PDMB's put the inters on. Right, and King on softs. Only 3 laps to go, remember. Smugget is down to 3 seconds of drift of King. The 2 drivers have attempted the inters. King's trying the softs. Ooh, Smugget went a little bit wide there. So we're on board with Scar, Waldo and Exo coming round Scary for the 24th time. A little bit of an edgy back end for the McLaren. A little mix certainly caught up to the back of Stuka Boy. I can't see he's going in now. No chance. Ooh, Exo back end squirmed on the McLaren there. Here comes Waldo. There's Waldo past the Haas, 230 miles an hour. That's a speedier car. A Williams. At least 67 miles an hour. Stuka Boy a little Mick, but not definitely getting closer to Stuka Boy. Jelly, Roman, there's not plenty of gaps between these. So your main battle is Stuka Boy and Little Mick for P4 and Exo, Scar and Waldo for your lead. Lap 25 of 27. Exo losing a little bit of time, or is he playing the fool? Waldo leads then from the Haas of Scar in P2, Exo in the McLaren in P3. King is actually pulling away from the inters of Smugget. Worth a gamble, though, wasn't it? It was worth a gamble. Right then, it's lap 26 of 27. Exo's having a look. Side against any move on the Haas or the Williams, but Little Mick has got past Stuka Boy. Stuka Boy's gone in the pits. Little Mick though, thank you very much. King with a penalty. Second of the evening. Roman has also gone in the pits. Stuka Boy's gone for soft. Roman has gone for the instance. PDMB stays out. King going under the bridge for Scary. And then we've got Smugget in P10. Waldo leads from Scar and Exo. Big gap then to Little Mick in P4. I do think Exo losing a little bit of time, not much. You're 10. Maybe struggling on the immediate tyres in the conditions. Yeah, it's a bit of a skew-effer going on. But we've on board with Scar. Last lap. Scar takes the lead, does he? From Waldo? No, it's all on the brakes. Brakes a little bit later. Now then, race on between these three. And this is the only battle left on track. We've got Little Mick in P3, in P4. We've got Jelly in P5, Stupid Boy P6, PDMB P7, Roman, King and Smuggy. Really some valuable points, but this is the battle we're going to concentrate on till they cross the checkered line in half a lap's time. Well, 2/3 of a lap time. And the tyres here on the lap screen at the left hand side look like a traffic light. We've got red, white, yellow, red and green. Here comes Waldo. Ooh. Waldo regains the lead, coming into Ascari on the final lap. Scar tucks in P2. Exo must settle now for P3 as there's a second adrift. The Red Bull pulls over to one side and lets the battle commence with the Haas and the Williams. Who's got the better line? I think Scar has got a bit of a slingshot from that final corner, but it's going to be Waldo with a win. Scar is in P2 and Exo P3. Cracking race from your front three. Waldo, Scar and Exo. Little Mick done well to bet back to P4. Little Mick, good result for the Alpine. Jelly went over in P5 with the penalty, should keep hold of that position. Stuka Boy coming round Parabolica now. That is Stuka Boy in P6. PDMB in P7. He was my tip for the win, was PDMB, but unfortunately wasn't to be. Smuggy as DNF, but will be classified. Roman crosses the line and King coming down into Parabolica now. Roman in P8, King P9, and I'm sure Smuggy will be classified in P10 to there you go. It's got a bit of backlash there. Driver of the day for me is Waldo, up 5 places to table in. Don't like this back patch I'm getting. Anyway, there is your race winner, Waldo, with Scar and Exo alongside. Let's have a look at your results. And Waldo also gets fastest lap, which will do him no harm at all on his quest to catch Exo at the top of the table. But there it's classified results. Waldo in the Williams P1, Scar in the Haas P2, with Exo in the McLaren P3, making your podium. Little Mick with a cracking comeback in P4, Jelly P5 from P8, Jelly in the Haas, Stuka Boy P6, PDMB P7, Roman P8, King P9, Smuggy P10, and XRT inside, and Kenny's Ghost. Both unfortunate not to finish, but Bush Pig in the chat. How are you, mate? You alright, pal? Hope you're well. I think you'll stick hold of P3 in the championships. Bush Pig, nearest one too was Captain Morgan, who was missing tonight. So you'll still have P3, Bush Pig. Right then, thanks very much for joining me at Monza for round 10. You'll be back here at Monza for the Masters on Sunday, me and Andrew. But before that, we'll have Brazil on Friday night with the UCR, and then RFL supposedly are at Canada. We'll see what's what there. Don't know. Then, as I say, Masters on a Sunday, and then DRS on Monday at Canada. Should be a good race to look forward to. And then round 11 of the Managers ERC at Bahrain a week tonight. Right then, I will give you and bid you a fair night. Oh, I will bid you farewell and good night. Sorry. And hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight. I shall speak to you all very soon. Good night. God bless. Bye-bye.